Hi, it's Jenny with Jenny's Wreath Boutique, and in this video we are going to be making a dried floral wreath for summer and into fall. So beautiful, so natural. If you're excited and you love dried florals, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. For this wreath, I ordered 2 different bundles of dried florals off of Amazon. I will leave the links to everything I used in the description of this video so you can make the exact same thing if you like. There is a mix of dried craspedia. The quality on this bundle is better than this one. One of them has fallen apart, so they are very, very fragile, which is why I often use faux florals that look dried because they're way more durable. But obviously, I love dried florals and they're very popular right now. And then I have a mix of pampas grasses and some other things. It was a beautiful bouquet. I'm just gonna scoop it all up and show you. Beautiful. I'm using a grapevine for this wreath because I want to actually stick these into the frame. They have pretty good stems for most of them, but I don't want to use a really thick grapevine, so I'm going to alter it. So to alter our grapevine, we're going to cut, I know this just feels so wrong, we're going to cut that binding stem that holds everything together, and we're going to take it off. And we're going to pull this grapevine in half. So we're just undoing this. And this is nice because this would be great if you're making a wreath that you want to fit behind a screen door. A lot of people have that and they have to be really thin. This will make a thinner wreath as well. So I'm just pulling this apart. So one of them will be bigger, one of them will be smaller. But I'm just pulling it apart. And we'll have to cut eventually. Okay, so I'm gonna cut here. So these can be separated. So now I have a much thinner wreath, and don't worry, we're not done yet. And then, so now we have 2 wreaths. One of them is bigger, as you can see. So they're not going to be exactly the same. So choose whichever one you want, the smaller one or the bigger one. I'm going to choose the bigger one. And I will do the same thing that I'm going to show you with this one later, but I'll just show you on this. So now I'm just going to clean it up a tad before I start doing the next step. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use our bind wire. I get this off Amazon too, and it's really handy to have. And we're just going to wrap up this wreath to make it extra secure. So just tie one end. I'm going to tie it to where I cut a lot. And I like this to do this kind of thing. I like that it's the brown paper wrapped because it really blends in with the grapevine. And it's softer. So I'm just to make it easier, I'm just going to cut off a big piece so I don't have to haul the whole thing around. You know what, I'm going to get these leaves out while we have it nice and loose. That will be helpful. I really love the look of these thinner grapevines. I get messages from a lot of you in the UK saying, oh, I wish we could get those nice thick grapevines that you have. And then I look at their grapevines, I'm like, oh, I love those thin, beautiful grapevines. So it's so funny. But this is how you can make a thinner grapevine out of a thicker one. So now I'm just going to be wrapping this nice and tightly all the way around the wreath. Just wrapping it around. Then when you get to the end, just tie it off. I like to loop it back to the previous one and and just wrap it through there. If you use the inner circle, that would be about a 12-inch wreath, but since we use the outer circle, this is more of a 14-inch, just like the original. Just is thinner, so I'm just kind of weaving it through. Then you can also just dab some glue, hold it in place, and then we'll finish cleaning up our grapevine if there's any crazy pieces. You can leave it a little bit wild because our wreath is going to be a little bit wild. Isn't this so cute? This is a nice grapevine. And I was able to use one of my more loose grapevines that I wasn't really a fan of. It wasn't the best grapevine. Now that I have this, I'm going to separate my florals again. They came wrapped up in this really tight plastic bag, and I was really worried that they were going to be ruined, but they fit a lot of florals in there because Amazon is kind of notorious for packing florals horribly, but I'm glad that they're pretty good. And these weren't even packed in anything secure. They were just kind of loose. These were in a box, but these were in just a bag. So some of them are a little bit beat up, but Amazon does have pretty good prices on these. So the best way to have cheap dried florals is to grow and dry them yourself, but if you don't have space for that, this is a great option too. Normally when I do a dried floral wreath, I make little bundles and I use floral wire and wrap it around, and you can do this for this wreath too, but I'm going to do something a little different with this one. I'm going to make it more free-flowing, and oh gosh, these are very messy. That's okay. You can spray it with hairspray when you're done to keep things more in place. That could be helpful. I've heard of people doing that with good results. So I'm just going to be layering some things together. I have a lot more of the, I only have 2 of these, so these are going to be kind of a highlight. So I'm going to be using these less fluffy ones to get our base. I'll start with the white, and I am going to be gluing these. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to cut these stems pretty short, and you can take off the bottom leaves if you don't want it to be super long. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. Now I'm going to use my next color. I'm going to add in these smaller feathery pieces. Once again, keeping the stems pretty small because these are very spiky. Okay, now we're going to add in our pampas grass. Well, they're all pampas grass, but our big fluffy ones. Ouch. Looking so cute so far. Ooh, so pretty. All right, so now I'm going to add things. I only have a couple of these, so I'll add those in. This looks like it's gypsophilia, which is baby's breath. Add in a little bit of texture. If the stem breaks, you can just add it really small in the center. These are not in the best shape, but they're still really pretty. I'm just going to save these last few pieces for the end since they are really small. And then we'll add in some of this. I love this. This is a great filler for dried floral wreaths. They're so cute. That piece doesn't look super secure, so I'm going to add another round of this in the middle, and that will actually give me another place to put branches if I get too full in the middle. So I'm just going to twist it around. And I like that this grapevine is thin, obviously, because you can add less and it looks full. And I really like that. Now I'm going to add some of the wheat. Adds such a fun texture. For the middle, I'm going to make a little bundle, actually a couple little bundles that I can stick here in the middle without having to stick so many things individually. So I'm going to start making that just with little stems, little pieces that will fill in the middle. And I'm just going to wrap it with this twine here. And then we'll go back and fill in the rest of the wreath. But I want to add different elements from the wreath so it ties everything together. These would be really cute boutonnieres too, wouldn't they? So fun. So I'm just wrapping these together. This is another thing you could do if you wanted to make a different style wreath. You could make these and wrap them on a hoop wreath. Just make little bundles. Glue that down right in the middle. Ooh, that's so cute. Then I'm going to do it for the other side. Let's make a similar one. And we're going to bring that as close to the middle as we can and try and overlap a little bit if you can. So cute. You can add a little extra security by wrapping this over it a couple times. Now we're going to fill in the rest of the wreath to match that middle section. Just a few of those elements that we haven't added yet, like these bunny tails. These are so pretty. And then I'm going to add in a few of the yellow to really bring out the yellow stems here. You could leave it without it if you want more of that neutral look, but I really want to warm it up for fall. So I'm just going to add in some of the yellow ones. But if you want to just have the white and the creams, you could get all of the materials for this from that one bundle, which would be pretty great. But I am a sucker for this mustard color. We don't need a lot, just a few really adds beautiful color. And like I said, I like how it brings out the stems. I mean, it's not the same, but it's got that yellow mustardy color. This is so cute. I love it. So instead of fussing in the center, to make it really easy, all you have to do is cover it with some jute twine. I'm just going to dab a little glue right in the middle just to cover up these middle stems. You could poke a bunch of things in, have them stand up straight, and that could cover. You could make like a little bundle and stick it straight in, and that would work great. But this is so much easier and faster, and the wreath looks beautiful. So I've already glued the center, and now I'm just going to wrap it with the jute twine. I like that this gives the look of, it looks like you made two bundles and you just secured them together with the jute twine in the middle. It makes it look really natural and rustic, and I really love that. So pretty. So on the bottom, be very gentle. I'm just going to add a line of glue and lay my string on it. And then I'll cut the extra piece off. And there we have it. Oh my goodness. What do you think? Oh, you can hang it however you want. It's like, I would hang it like this. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. I love it. You could also add some ribbon here, just like tie the ribbon around this. You don't even have to tie a bow, and then just let the ribbon fall if you want. You could make it more symmetrical and have it be like this, but I like it just like this. So, so pretty. Let me show you if you added ribbon. So I've got a couple different colors I think that would go well. I've got this more beigey one. It kind of matches this pampas grass really well, I think. Or you could use more of a caramel color, which really warms it up. I'll show you with the beige. And let me know if you like it more with or without the ribbon. So if I was going to do something in the middle, I would find the middle here and just wrap it around a couple times. And tie a bow, or tie a knot, not a bow. Just, my ribbon is not double-sided, so I try to keep the velvet part out as much as possible. So So you could tie a bow or just a knot. That's so pretty. Ooh, I like it with that too. Either way, let me know which one you like better. All right, if you enjoyed this, I have all the materials linked in the description. And let me know what you think. And if you love the dried florals as much as I do. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.